Yes, don't forget to check out Doggy Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The links are right below in the description box. So after this show, you can just go down below, subscribe, leave me a rating, leave me a comment, show me some love on the audio version of this podcast. And if you've been there before, scroll through some of the episodes, go through some of the archives. There's a lot of shows on there. It might be shows that you never heard before. So make sure you do that. Go through there. And I need these audio numbers up. I love the YouTube numbers, but I need these audio numbers up. So all my supporters, if you are a podcast, if you listen to podcasts, I need my audience to start listening to podcasts because they think our people don't listen to audio. They think we just watch YouTube all day. So support the audio. Also, for only $100, I promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.theinterviewking.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggy Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. What's the next thing I got to do? Yeah, also, man, the perks is back on the channel. So you could come back on the channel. You could join the channel. And, I got some exclusive stuff on there that's only members could see. So if you join the channel, you're going to start seeing membership videos that only members of the channel could see. It's not for everyone. And if you're having an issue, sometimes you don't get the content, then make sure you go to www.theinterviewking.com. Sign up for the email list to get new content. It's very, very easy. The emails will come to your straight to your email box. Let's go, man. So as y'all streaming, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share also. Share is just as important as the like. So I love the like button, but the share is important. So when you start hearing people say share, make sure you share. You know what they got. That share button is important. Just as important. So make sure you share. So I'm here. I don't have no headphones. I don't feel like putting my headphones. I feel like putting my shade. I feel like talking from my Stop the music. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggy Diamonds. This is Doggy Diamonds TV. This is Doggy Diamonds No Filter Podcast. I thank everybody for joining me today, as well as yesterday, as well as later, as well as tomorrow. I will not be here without the support of the people who support, even some people who don't agree with me all the time, but still come back, the people who I argue with, but still come back. There's no hate, there's no dislike. It's all love. Today was important to me because I was in the gym working out and I was listening to music and I was thinking about my state. Yo, I made a mistake. I ain't even had the mic on. See that? How I played myself? I ain't even had the mic on. Oh my God. Yo, I apologize, man. I apologize. I apologize 100%. I didn't even have the mic on. See, I was so busy thinking about this dude, rest in peace, Kayslay, that I wasn't prepared. I didn't do everything I need to do. Plus, I didn't have the headphones on. But it is what it is, man. I'm not really here for those reasons. I'm here to really just pay an ode to a man who really was for the culture. And I don't really think got the love that he was supposed to get when he was here, but he's going to get the love now from me. As well as he deserved the love from others. And I'm talking about DJ Kayslay. Somebody who was very, very important to the culture. Not only to the culture, New York City in itself. And this man did everything he could to keep New York City in its purest essence, alive and well as possible. And the thing that bothered me the most is so disheartening and it kind of hurt me, that I don't feel like he got the support of the people because they didn't understand what he was doing. And I don't think that he got the support of his peers. When a man put together songs with 50 MCs on it, you ain't never seen nothing like that. Women, dope female MCs, veteran MCs, new MCs, and he do 100. That's something unheard of. It was people you never heard from before. It's people you didn't see in a long time. And he really, really tried to push the culture forward. He really tried to do different things with the culture. And now that he's gone, not forgotten, we're not going to get another one like that. And I'm saying all this to say that when we get real ones, we got to appreciate the real ones, because sometimes we don't understand what they're doing while they're doing it. But like Common said, one day it would all make sense. Some of the things that Kayslay was doing, it makes so much sense now, but he's gone, so we can't say, yo, Slay, I get it now, thank you. That's so disheartening. That's so disheartening, because a lot of these guys don't got a platform no more. A lot of these artists don't have a platform no more. Kayslay was one of the first DJs that I see didn't really play the political game. Some instances he had to. You're going to have some people who's disgruntled. You're going to have some people who say this, that, and the third. But listen, let's keep it real. If a person did something correct 90 times, how does the 10% trump the 90? So that's what I say to people sometimes with me and my platform. Yo, if you agree with me most of the time, why do you harp on what you disagree with? Why do you harp on what you don't agree with? If you agree with me most of the time, why don't you say, I agree, I agree, I agree? You don't say anything when you agree, but when you disagree, you quick to say, I disagree, fam. Let me tell you a story. I'm going to tell y'all 2 stories about Kayslay that was so real. So Kayslay was having a party at Jersey Girls, because you know he did the strip clubs. I don't do strip clubs. Let me keep it real with you. I don't do strip clubs. But he was having a magazine release at Jersey Girls. Jersey Girls is like in Jersey City, New Jersey, right over the bridge. Rec was like, we should go because we could go show Slay love. You know, Slay show a lot of love. Let's go support him. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't do strip clubs. It don't resonate with me. You know, it just ain't my thing. So long story short, we go there. So as we outside, Slay, we talking to Slay. Slay looks at some guy that's about 6'7", maybe about, at this particular time, 250. And he says, yo, this is, let me tell y'all what year this is. This is maybe 2011. He says to this guy, this is who you need to tell your story to. So I was like, what's up? Because you know me, I love content. I love stories. So he's like, this is the guy you need to tell your story to. So I look at the guy, you know, and he was like, okay, that's what's up. This is 2011. 2011. We go in there, we have a good time, Slay in there eating steak and all that stuff. So I was bugged out because I'm like, how could you eat in a strip club? You know, all this coochie juice going around and all that. Like, but he was eating, chilling, and he was like, yo, get up on them girls. You know, if you knew his voice, yo, get up on these girls. I was like, nah, Slay, I'm good. So he ate, he pulled out some money, started throwing the money. Needless to say, the guy that he told me, whether the guy that he told should tell his story to me, became the guy that we all know as Gene Deal. The guy that he told in 2011 to tell me his story was Gene Deal. So when I put 2 and 2 together later, I was like, yo, Slay told him to tell that he need to tell me his story. This was 2011. So as I look back, when Gene Deal's story came out, that was supposed to be a Forbes DVD story. We're not going to get into that because I end up interviewing Gene Deal, so it's all good. But the way that came out originally, that wasn't a solo thing. That was supposed to be a Forbes DVD story. But that's a whole nother topic that I don't want to touch because I end up interviewing Gene. We made history together and all that. But that was Gene Deal in 2011, and Slay knew his story. And he told Gene, tell him this is who you need to talk to. So somehow, some way, later on down the line, Gene ended up reaching out, and he reached out to the Forbes DVD email. But that's, like I said, anyway, shout out to Gene Deal. But that was 2011. So I'm like, what if that had connected back then in 2011? So look, I started managing Misfit, the former battle rapper. I don't know if she battle raps anymore, but I started managing Misfit. And I wanted to get back in the music business, but I didn't want to be the producer no more. I wanted to be behind the scenes. I wanted to be responsible for helping people facilitate their dream and their vision. And I tell you why I since then don't do that anymore. But this is what I wanted to do. So I said, man, I want to get back into the music business, man. I want to help somebody. So one day I started thinking. She asked me, could you manage me? And I was like, could I manage you? Damn, who said I'm a good manager? Who said I would be a good manager? Then I was like, I asked some of my people. I was like, yo, Misfit asked me to manage her. And they was like, yo, do it. You got all the knowledge. You definitely could help her. So I was like, I was like, I'll do it. So I remember set up a video shoot for her. I wanted to negotiate her battles and all that, but we never really got a chance to do that. Shout out to Misfit and whatever it is she's doing now. So long story short, I started managing her. We didn't do no paperwork, because we don't got to do no paperwork. It's we handshake. I put her on some DVDs. Just made sure she was always on the scene. Made sure every time I had a platform, I got her on there. So I called Slay. I said, damn, you got music, you got a project. I need a DJ. I need somebody, I know all the DJs. I know Self, I know Superstar J. I know everybody in New York City. But I was like, which one of these New York DJs would help me with her? She got music. She does battles. She's viral. She was Young and May before Young and May, respectfully. And I was like, who could I get? Who could help me with her? Like, I need her on the radio. I need her on some mix shows. I need her on something. I said, call Slay. Call Slay. I got Slay number. I got Self number, but he never picks up the phone. That's a whole nother subject. I don't know what the fuck that's all about. But I've reached out to Self plenty of times. And anyway, I got a long story about that, but it's not even worth telling because it ain't no beef. It ain't no issues. But I don't know why certain people move the way they move, because we got certain people in this town, New York City, that has put on for the culture. So all the people who put on for the culture need to stick together and say, yo, we the ones that's going to make this thing progress and keep going. But that's another story. So I called Slay. And I say, yo, Slay, what's good? He said, what's up? I said, listen, Slay, I just started managing the artist. I don't know if I'm going to be a good manager, but I know the culture, I know the business, I know the industry. But I took on this artist by the name of Misfit. Some people might know her for being for Cortez, but this is not a Cortez thing. This is my thing. I definitely want to see how I could help her, bro. But I'm probably need you because she gotta get on this radio, and I know you on Shade 45 as well as Hot 97. I said, Slay, any way you could help me. One spin, one record. I appreciate it because I just want to be able to get this girl results. I think she's dope. I'm backing it 100%. Any way you could help me, bro, I appreciate it. He said, yo, send me her bio in a picture right now. I said, huh? Yeah, I need these dimensions in the picture in the bio. I'm going to put her in straight stunting right now. I was like, what? He said, yeah, just, yo, I need these dimensions in the picture in the bio. And she's coming up to freestyle this Wednesday on the show. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, yo, Slay, man. Like, yo, thank you, man. I was like, yo, like, that was fast. I ain't have to pull no teeth. I didn't have to beg. Yo. So I call her. I'm like, yo, Fit, I need a picture. I need your bio. You going to be in straight stunting the next issue. And you going up to Slay to freestyle this week. She's like, for real? I said, yeah, man, I just called Slay. He just pushed the button. Like, that was easy. Yo, in this culture, and I've been in this culture for a long time, besides Nori, I have never called anybody. First of all, I never called anybody for a favor, and I never called Nori for a favor either. But besides, I never asked for nothing. It could be my foolish pride. It could be whatever. But I don't call people for stuff. I feel like if I'm doing the job, if I'm putting on for the culture, if I'm doing stuff, let's reward each other. Because that's how I am. A lot of times y'all like, yo, why you interviewing such and such? Because I'll be like, yo, I see him out here doing this thing. We got to help. You know what I'm saying? We got to help. If we want this culture to grow and strive, we got to help one another. So long story short, she was in straight stunting, man. She was in the magazine and she was on Shade 45 freestyling. And I was just like, yo, man. Slay he just did something for me that I'm just grateful for. I didn't even beg. I didn't even call him 10 times. I didn't call him 20 times. There's one phone call and he was like, let's work now. So when I say to y'all people, we don't have time, that's what I'm talking about. When I say to y'all, yo, man, y'all always putting something off. Y'all always say, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this later on. That's why I always say that, because who knew in a million years that we would lose Slay so early? We didn't. It was relatively a young man. Who knew that we would lose him to? Who knew? We would have never thought that we would lose Slay. And look what we lost in losing Slay. We lost a man, we lost a brother, we lost a homie, we lost a mentor, and we lost somebody who loved the culture. So I always say to y'all, stop fucking playing. Stop saying we could do something later or start in March. No, Slay said, let's do it now. Let's do it now. Send me that now. Off a random phone call. So what if he had said to me, yo, in 2023, in 2024, let's do this. So unfortunately, we wouldn't have got done. He said, let's do it now. So when y'all people come to me with shit, I be like, let's do it now. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't know when I'm going to get called home. I don't know when you're going to get called home. Let's make our legacy. Let's make history now. I don't have time. I don't got too much. I don't got till April. I get mad at my partners. I get mad at my family. I get mad at my friends when they always say, yo, starting what? How you know you're going to be here? I don't got time. I don't have time. I don't know when I'm getting called home. And we surrounded by so much death. We losing people every day. We losing so much shit. And you think you got time? And people getting called home randomly? And you think you got time? You think you got time to cement a legacy? You think people going to tell your story the way you going to tell it? So I'm here to tell Kayslay's story from what I know from my part, from a person that I knew who had suffered from drug addiction, who went to prison, who was in Style Wars, a DJ Desi Des. He was every part of the culture, from a graffiti artist to a DJ, and putting so many people on, people that we didn't care about, people we didn't give a fuck about, people we didn't hear from. He would help them. He would dig them out. So when y'all say Doggie Diamonds only interview has-been artists or old artists, no. I'm paying homage to people who did for this culture that I don't give a fuck what you think. They impacted my life in some shape, form, or fashion. So for one day, for 1 second, for 1 minute, if I could make their day, if I could bring you on my platform and just say to you, yo, you made that song such and such. Yo, Aguilar, you made Ghetto Girls. I mean, when I heard that bass line. So you might look at him and say, oh, he washed up. He ain't shit. No, I remember where I was at when that shit came out. I remember when he was shooting the video Around My Way. So I was like, yo, who? That's what this culture's about. It's not about desecrating our, yo, you a has-been or whatever. It's not about that. Because if you love the culture, every cog in this culture, everybody in this culture is important because we all form the culture. But what we do, we quick to say, this is the new, this is the old, this ain't relevant, this ain't this ain't that, or you only do this, you only do that. And most of the time, the people who criticize have never done anything. And just be real with you, the people who criticize have never done anything in this. Never said anything. Never done anything. To know Kayslay was to love him. Very temperamental. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was very temperamental. Always seemed like he had an attitude. Because I started thinking, see, like what I do, being an empath that I am, before I get mad at people, I like to put theyself in people's shoes. I like to say, well, damn, I wonder what it's like to wake up in his world, in his shoes, and his thoughts, with his responsibility. And sometimes I say, nah, I don't think I want that. Like, you know, you got a magazine, you're dealing with these ladies. I mean, that's a plus, but you're dealing with all these ladies, you're dealing with all these personalities, you're doing photo shoots, you're doing Shade 45, you're doing clubs, you're doing Hot 97, and then everybody got all of these expectations of you, and you're trying to preserve a culture that nobody gives a fuck about anymore. You are the last one left who cares about New York City hip hop in New York City. You are the last one. So you standing by yourself. You standing alone. You trying to tell people how it's important to preserve what we got. Because Kayslay, you know, people say they hate drill, they hate this and hate that. He never was doing none of that shit. I mean, he would play their music if it needed to get played. But look what he was trying to do. Look what he was doing. From the new artists, the Dave East, the Shooters, to everybody, the Hocus 4/5, that was the man who was giving all these men shot. They don't get that no more. Nobody shows these men love no more. And it's fucked up because a lot of people who deserve love, there would be no Papoose if it wasn't for Kayslay. Let's just get that straight. Let's just get that straight. Let's just put that out there. Because nobody was giving him a shot. So if you love him, you got to say thank you to Slay. Many of these artists go through that street sweepers chamber. And I don't see nobody talking about him. I'm like, how, you know, he passed, but damn, like we don't he can't be gone. See, this is what I'm saying about the culture. How could he be gone? How could he be gone when he laid so many bricks, so much foundation, so many things that's going on? How could he be gone if he didn't lay this brick? This wouldn't exist. That's the brick that he laid. So how do we love the building, but we don't love the bricklayers? How do we love the institution if we don't love the mind and the execution that built the institution? Kayslay was a DJ who really, really put on for the culture, who was doing albums and used to have to track dudes down for a verse. People used to play all types of shit, didn't support his shit, didn't come out for his release parties. That shit was just foul. And he would be a little mad, he would be upset. He rarely bitched and complained about it. He would hold it. He tried to mentor me on stuff, but I'm going to be real with you. When it comes to keeping it real, I can't be mentored because, like Tupac said, I got a big mouth and I talk from my heart. I don't know how to play politics. I don't know how to play political games. If you a bitch, I got to say it because it's going to eat me up not to say you a bitch. It's going to bother me to act like you're not a nuisance. Just me. I'm not gonna sit around and be like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna eat that. No. Fuck that. I'd rather say fuck you than just sit here quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm sorry. I've since learned the importance of my conversation because my conversation is important when it's important. So some people I get to just tune out because they're not important. They're gonna kill themselves off or they're going to not be that important. And then I realize sometimes when I speak about somebody, I actually make them more important than what they are based on me speaking on them. Because sometimes y'all might be like, who the fuck is he talking about? And then if I say his name, then y'all go research him and I help him. So I'll be like, okay. But I just wanted to say, man, Kayslay was the last real one we had. Nobody has picked up that mantle. Nobody has picked up that or filled those shoes that he left, which is not possible anyway, but nobody has even touched the emotions, the culture like he has yet. And the problem is, that's why the culture is the way that it is, because you got people who try to preserve the culture. And I love the young kids. I'm going to be real with you. I don't have a problem with drill music. I have a problem with some of the language. I have a problem with some of the activity that goes with it. But other than that, music is music. Music has to evolve. Music has to do different things. Music has to go through phases. Boom, bap, hip hop will never go anywhere. But it has to go to different things. Because I wasn't no hip house motherfucker. I was little then. And I still wasn't doing no house, house you, girl, I house you. I was like, house music? I wasn't with that shit. I wasn't with it. So when it was house music and Don't Make Me Wait, boom, and all that shit, I was like, I guess this way I'll go sit down because I ain't fucking with that. But I couldn't get mad at the culture expanding and the culture doing different things because it was still a part of the culture. So everybody mad at drill, everybody mad at this. But when you had Slay doing hip hop records, who's putting Jazzo on a record with Twister, on a record with such and such, nobody appreciated it. Nobody cared about it. You would say, oh, they're not relevant. They're washed up. They're not this. They're not that. And the minute you diss some shit, now look what you got. See, it's your fault. It's your fault. Now look what you got. Because you had what you so-called wanted, but now look what you stuck with. Look what you stuck with now. Because when somebody was trying to balance it, you shitted on the balance. So the scales get tipped. Now the scales is all drill. But when somebody was trying to at least give you a little bit of what you loved and respected about the culture, you shitted on it. Oh, they old, they bums, they this, that. When you had the Joey Badasses out here, when you had the Static Selectors out here, when you had the Smith & Wessons, when you had the Different Brothers, the 38 Special, the Husk Kingpin, when you got all of these people trying to give you cultural music, you shit on them. Because when they don't have a major push, when they're not behind a certain brand, you don't respect it. You think it's nothing. It's not a big deal. So now you're stuck with this because they're going to invest in this. They're going to invest in this. Why? Because this right here has a lot of death, destruction, jail, and motherfuckers getting hurt with it. So that's fuel. That's going to get funded because it funds an agenda. And the music is semi good too. So here you go. So when you have somebody coming that might have a little knowledge, that might be a little backpack, or you shun this shit. You shun this because the powers that be don't invest in this. They invest in this. So you fall for this instead of this. So the scales is off. So you got Slave fighting this right here, trying to help push this through, trying to tell you, yo, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. But you say, niggas is old. Because y'all quick to call somebody old. Y'all quick to say this person is this. So, okay, let's say everybody old. Everybody old. Everybody 44 is old. We all old, right? Look what you got for the new now. Look what you got for the new. Look what the new give you. And the funny thing about the old thing is the people who always calling somebody old ain't young themselves. Look at the new. Look what you stuck with the new. You know new don't mean better, right? You could get a new girl, but that don't mean she's better than your last one. You could get something new. That don't mean you could get a new car, but it's something about the old car that was so broken and the way that it drove. You could get a new pair of drawers, but something about them old drawers might have had a little hole in it in the side, but they fit. They was broken. Something about them new sneakers don't fit like the old sneakers. So new don't always mean better. So if we have a Slay, and we're going to have the new Slay, there can never be a new Slay, but you could come in his legacy and his vein, and the legacy and the bricks that he laid, you could pick up the bricks and understand and study what he was trying to do for the culture and just continue it. Because New York is a diverse sound. But now New York is one sound. New York is a mix of Chicago, LA, no, not LA, I mean Chicago, Atlanta, and the UK. That's what New York music comprised of. And then if you do a certain type of music, they say, oh, you doing that old boom bap. Let me explain something to you about sonics and science. How does your heart beat? How does your heart beat? Barbie girl Tina, thank you. But how does your heart beat? Your heart go boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba. That's boom bap. Boom bap is in the rhythm with your heart. When you're excited, your heart might go up to 90 beats per minute. That's what old boom bap hip hop is, like 90 beats per minute. Boom. Is the kick. The comeback, woof, is the snare. Boom. That's your heart. That's in tune with science. It just is what it is. So you can say whatever the fuck you want. You can say it's old boom bap, but you trying to tell me that all them sounds and all that crazy shit, you trying to tell me that's in rhythm with your nerves? That's in rhythm with your heart? It's not. It's not. It's not. When you listen to that shit loud in your headphones, you know what that shit do to your nervous system? I'm just being real with you. Just being real with you. So you can diss it. You can say, oh, that shit is old. Boom. Boom. Even if it still boom bap. It's still boom bap. Your heart is boom bap. Your heart beats in boom bap. If your heart beat like how these drums go, then you got arrhythmia. Your ass is you in trouble. If they take an EKG right now, which you could take on your Apple Watch, if you take an EKG right now of the rhythm of your heart, and it's beating crazy like that, your ass, I found this on the web. Shut up. Your ass gotta go in the hospital. How does your heart beat? So, salute. Thank you. We love you, Kayslay, for all that you did, for all that you were attempting to do, and all we could do is just keep the torch going. All we could do is say we appreciate you. We apologize to you for not getting behind you enough. And for many that didn't understand what you were trying to do, hopefully they understand now, because the culture's in dire need, dire straits from the bricks that you laid. All we can do is keep building some of the buildings that you were attempting to build and respect the buildings that you built already. There'll never be another Kayslay. There'll never be anybody who loved the culture. And of course, you know, he's supposed to get his money, he's supposed to get his bags, he's supposed to get shit. But I never seen somebody who go hard, and we talk about these sellouts and these doors. He never did that shit. He never took the material wealth of the culture and turned his back on people who needed him. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I wasn't listening to no songs with 100 MCs because I ain't got 40 minutes. But I get it. I get it. I understand what he was doing. I understand it. I understood it then, but I understand it. But I'm from a certain cloth that will understand that. So even in understanding what he was doing, and I look around, I say, damn, nobody don't get it. Nobody don't get it. Nobody don't understand what he was trying to do. Nobody don't understand what he was doing. And now we don't got shit. Now we don't have shit. Now we don't have nobody who cares about the culture overall. It's all about a bag. Every DJ on the radio is playing shit that they would play in a club. When you in a house cleaning up, you ain't listening to some of that shit. When you coming home from work, it ain't a party in your car. That's not what it is. So all the DJs on the radio, and I'm going to say all the DJs in New York radio right now are auditioning to get a club gig. All of you. All of you are trying to show how you would rock a party on the radio. That's all y'all doing. Y'all trying to show how y'all would rock a party on the radio because your real money come from club gigs. That's the truth. You're not playing music that people want to hear. You're not playing new artists. You're not breaking in anything new. And when you do, we know why you're doing it. We're not even going to say that on the air because I don't want to incriminate nobody. But the truth is the truth. Stop fronting, because I know you can't front for me. You can't lie for me. You can't bullshit me, because I know. And I've been around, so you can't say he's lying, because if you want, I'll call your name out and put you on the screen, because I know. And get your money. Get what you got to get. But are you for the culture or are you for the money? You could be doing a little bit of both. You could get your money and still be for the culture. Because all that, I'm from New York, I'm from here. And half of y'all say y'all live from New York and all this shit, and you live in Jersey. So cut it the fuck out. And you don't even play no... Listen, most of these motherfuckers live in Jersey and don't even play the Jersey artists. They don't even play our brothers from across the water. They don't play no Connecticut artists. So the tri-state is New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Who from Connecticut get played in New York? Who from New Jersey get played in New York? So what good is the tri-state? You trying to tell me ain't no fire Connecticut artists? You trying to tell me ain't no dope Jersey artists? We still thinking about Redman and Tretch and all of them. Ain't no more dope artists coming out of these towns and these cities. Who, again, like I said, who is the new Nas? Who is the new Rick? Because they're there, they exist, and they trying, and they doing what they gotta do, but they don't get no play. That's why when they go to the internet, then they wanna, such and such. Come on, man. Shout out to all the brothers in Jersey in the struggle. Shout out to all the CT Connecticut. Because I'm going to tell you something. As a New York artist, you want to make it, you got to go through that Connecticut. I'm just telling you real. There would be no Max B if it wasn't for Connecticut. Don't think it's Harlem. Don't think it's anywhere. If it wasn't for Connecticut, there would be nothing you ever know about Max B. That is Connecticut. French Montana as well. That is Connecticut. Don't get it twisted. That's Hartford. That's all them places in Connecticut. Don't get it twisted. If it wasn't for Connecticut, you would not know about Max B. If it wasn't for Connecticut, you would not know about French Montana. That's a fact. So shout out to Connecticut for holding New York artists down more than New York artists, because Max B wasn't getting played in New York when he's out. It's kind of funny to me that everybody's on his dick now, because I remember, damn, I had an issue interviewing him. Nobody wanted to hear him. Nobody, you understand what I'm saying? So shout out to CT for showing New York love. I wish New York showed CT love the way CT showed New York love. I wish. But shout out to Connecticut. Shout out to Jersey. There's so many places in Jersey that's instrumental in our culture, from Naughty to Redman to Lakim Shabazz to Queen Latifah. But I know it's more artists, it's more girls, it's female artists that want to come in this culture, and they don't talk about they pussy or they ass or none of that shit. But they have no outlet. You know why? Because they don't got no Kayslay no more. There is no more Kayslays. There is no more Kayslays that's going to say, yo, this shit hot. I got to get this on. What happened to, yo, I'm playing this shit because this shit fire. This shit is so dope. I want to get this on. Slade was the last one. Slade was the last one y'all had. Slade was the last one that had the platform. Slade was the last one. So let me explain something to y'all. When y'all get a DJ that y'all like and he look like on the brink, get behind that DJ. I'm telling you, get behind that DJ. Tell him we need you. Tell him, you know, we thankful for you. Thank you. Get behind them. Stop letting the corporation, stop letting the institution, stop letting the institution create your heroes and your sheroes, your DJs and your MCs. The institution don't do that. You do that. And I keep telling y'all, it's more power that y'all have than y'all know, but y'all just keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. They tell you who hot. You don't like that shit. If it wasn't hot, if it wasn't on the radio a million times, if it wasn't in your face a million times, you would not listen to it. You will not fuck with it. But it's in there. They dress them up nice. Some of these women get their ass done. They put chains on dudes. They do all this stuff, and then you be like, damn, it's dope. Is it really? Salute to everybody and all they do, but is it really dope? Do you really like it? Be honest. You don't listen to it. You don't like it. You just like it because you feel like you should like it because you're in a conversation. You want to be in the conversation. That's the problem with a lot of people too. They want to be in the conversation so much that they start butting their nose and shit that you don't care about. That's why you don't hear me talking about power, BMF, and all this shit. I don't watch none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's not what I'm into. I was about to tell y'all what I watch and what I do, but that's a secret because it's always something to improve what I'm doing. So I sit here a lot of times like, yo, damn, how could I improve my live stream, SEO and other things? That's what I sit here and do. That's what I do. What about depth of field? What about lighting? What about, this is the people I talk to. And I did a show before. One of our main problems is that we don't have the information. I find that now our people don't know how to do shit. I gotta go on Fiverr and deal respectfully, deal with dudes in Bali and Istanbul and all this shit. Our people don't know how to fucking do shit. They don't know how to do shit. Nothing. Anything that I need in this fucking tech world, I cannot get a black person to do it for me because they don't fucking know how to. That shit is disheartening. It's sad. I need writers for my website. I need people. I say, do you know how to use WordPress? No. How the fuck is 2023? You didn't learn WordPress yet? So even when we want to work with our people, even we want to be black on, we can't be because we still got to outsource because niggas is so busy trying to be rappers. Niggas is so busy trying to be podcasters that you forgot, how do you upload the podcast? How do you edit the podcast? How do you do the artwork? Do you know what an RSS feed is? Do you know how to take your feed and put it on an aggregator and put it in all the sites? Put it on Spotify. Do you know how to do that? The average motherfucker don't know how to do that. So I have to learn myself, which I do, or I got to go to one of them. So a lot of things, I just be like, damn, man. Sometimes I feel alone because I'm like, nobody don't get it. They think we got time. They think starting this, we going to do this. Then we going to do the podcasting is not the sixth element of hip hop. Don't ever say that. Because Joe Rogan is not hip hop. And me, myself, I know how to do everything. I don't need a goddamn soul for nothing. I'm going to do these. You see all these graphics? You see all this shit? I do all that myself. So I don't need nobody for anything. But for those that are trying to start something, whether it's a YouTube show or a podcast or just a show, if you're trying to start a show and you need camera people, who know how to use the camera? Who knows how to use the switcher? Who knows how to set up the audio? Who knows how to use a field recorder and put the audio in and match the audio with the cameras? Who know how to do that shit? Niggas don't know how to do that shit. So you see a Euro or you see somebody that got to outsource. You know why? Because these people will go to school for shit. These people will learn. But with us, if it don't involve, how much you paying? How much is it? How much I'm getting? Let me tell you something. It's stuff that I did in my life that I never even got paid for. But I got the experience. And that experience is why I sit where I sit today. That experience is why I sit where I sit today. So any given time, I could go from one show to another show, any given time. And I make all of this. Any given time. I could be here or I could be somewhere else. Any given time. Right now we in the Doggie Diamonds verse, my other YouTube channel that I'm about to start uploading and doing stuff with. Because that's the tech stuff. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Any given time, I make my own music for my shows. I make the beats, I make the graphics, I make everything. You know why? Because I found the time to do it. You know why? Because I don't got no time. At any given time, I could be dead. It could be over for me. But before I go, look what I left. This is my intellectual property. This is forever. This makes me immortal. This makes me forever. So while you drinking, smoking, fucking, bullshitting, Sitting there talking about what the next nigga got, what the next nigga don't got. I work. I know what I'm doing. Who knew we would lose Kayslay like that? Imagine you think he thought today is the day I'm gonna get sick? Today I'm gonna pass away? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? Just really think about it. If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do in 24 hours? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? Live your life like you got 24 hours. You don't know how long you got. You might have an hour. You might have 2 hours. You might have 30 minutes. Make every minute count. I'm out.